No, T has. Oh, right here.
Please stand for the flag salute.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, I'd like to call the meeting of July 10th, 2025 of Bay Harbor City Council to order. This meeting is in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act of the state of New Jersey. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in the following manner. Posted on the Egg Harbor City Bulletin Board, posted on the Egg Harbor City website, and a notice was sent to the Camden Gazette and the Atlantic City Press. So number 3 on our agenda is roll call.
Mayor Jim Petty,
Here.
Clark. She said she might be coming in a few minutes. Dash,
Here.
Govey,
Here.
Galloway,
Here.
Heist,
Here.
Hesse,
Here.
Keener,
Here.
Chambers,
Here.
Wright.
Number 4 on the agenda is approved the meeting minutes of June 26, 2025. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. Number 5 is public comment on any agenda items. So we have comments at the end of the meeting for anything, but for the agenda items only for this part of the meeting. So please come up and state your name and address, please.
Hi, my name is Miss Ganga. I live at 428 Bucknell Avenue. I'm here to address item number 8 this meeting regarding the driveway going up to the house. I can.
I think we can hear it. Is there a volume on that? Yeah, it's on. It's
I
on.
think it's on.
You just can't hear it. It's a different.
Received a certified letter regarding a hardship for wanting to place in the driveway. I'm wondering what that hardship is. I do not know. It was not identified in the certified letter. I have heard that it has to do with the handicapped child. Which, you know, I certainly, my heart goes out to anyone that does have a handicapped child. But in the 30 years that I have lived in that home, I have never seen a handicapped child come in and out of that. That doesn't mean that the child does not exist, I just have not seen it. My concern is that maybe there's a better solution, temporary solution, rather than a permanent solution with a driveway that changes the capacity of my entire block. Maybe, you know, put in a handicap spot on the street. I don't know if anybody's been down that street, but it is clogged up with cars. From my house to the block, to the end of the block. And at that street sign, the stop sign, it's a hazard because nobody has availability to park, so they're right up to the stop sign. And I do believe that there has to be so many feet. You might drive. Yeah.
20.
Yeah, so, you know, possibly a handicap spot in the front of the home. Also, you know, I don't see any ramps for access at the home. Again, that would be a temporary, you know, piece of equipment that could assist. And again, it's not permanent after they leave the home and changes the complexity of our block. You know, and, you know, if you make an exception for someone, there's always somebody else who wants the same exception. And I think it's going to set a precedence. And once that driveway's in, then what's next? Is there a carport? You know, is there anything against putting a carport, you know, on that driveway? So really, that's all I have to say.
As I would refer to our administrator, this application came in, there was a discussion whether it should go to the land use board or it should come here. We decided it should come here and Jerry's prepared to talk about it.
So if you want to, Joe, if you want to bring up 18 now, I can discuss 18 directly.
Then we'll go right to, is that all right?
That's okay.
Okay.
So,
So-
I'll explain to the council what's going on. So, a couple months ago, Mr. Diego Contreras, who lives at 4.
They did motion.
You wanna?
We should do the motion first.
Yeah, I did the motion.
Okay. So number 18, we'll jump to that. It's a resolution approving the installation of a front yard driveway at 444 Buffalo Avenue. Is there a motion?
That makes a motion.
Motion's been made and seconded. We're gonna hold off on the vote.
Oh.
So open discussion.
Discussion.
Two that probably would like to speak, but no, Jason.
They should probably speak before I do.
Okay. Thank you. Liz.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate the opportunity.
All right. I'm Jason Stowe, I'm his actual neighbor. There are problems with water runoff already. I have a question, if you just build something without variances, what's the repercussions?
That would be a violation of our code. For
And then what
sure.
happens?
There would be a summons issued and there would be a court case.
Well, he's already put up an addition within 3 foot to 4 foot of my property. Water comes off the roof in severe storms already into my backyard.
See, I'm not sure about the, he didn't have a permit, you're saying?
I've never signed any variances or ever seen anything.
I didn't get your name, I'm sorry.
Jason Stowe, I'm at 440 Buffalo Ave.
What's the last name?
Stowe, STOTE. Yeah, there's already water problems. Issues with that. His whole backyard's asphalt. They could put in a sliding gate and she could drive right in with the child if she needed to, right to the back. And they offer no help. I just came from that. I'm actually upset. She was dragging a cooler into the house. Nobody helps her. I've never seen anyone carry this child or anything else other than this one.
This is a disabled child, you're saying, is carrying a cooler in?
No, it's the way.
Yeah.
The way. That's what the driveway, I guess, would be for. And then on handicap plates, how handicapped are they? And who else could use the driveway? Anyone in the family? All issues considered.
And you said the whole backyard is asphalt?
Yeah, they have a big, well, it's not completely, but they have a nice big asphalt driveway that can track the back. The cost of putting in a driveway, compared to a sliding gate. Sliding gate isn't it?
Do you think it would be easier for this child? I mean, if they,
I've never actually seen the child.
oh, you never saw the child either, and you live next door?
Yes.
Okay. And do you think this child, if they were to park in the front and have a handicapped sign in the front, do you think it would be even easier than going to the side and coming around?
Very, very possible. The difference in their parking spots is he parks his truck right in front of the walkway and she has to park behind. You know, you need a handicap spot, you just need to move your vehicles. Come out and help what?
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Ready?
Yes, please.
Several months ago, Diego Contreras came to the building department asking how he could potentially apply for a front driveway similar to the other residents that are on the 400 block of Buffalo Avenue. There are, I believe, 5 other front driveways on the 400 block of Buffalo Avenue. And there's a little bit of a language barrier. I speak Spanish as best I can. And he and I entered into a conversation. I that day went to his house and he met me there at his house and he explained the situation that he has a young handicapped child who they pick up out of their vehicle and they bring into the front of the house. This child, when he is not in a wheelchair, they pick him up and bring him directly to the bed, and in the house, he stays in the bed. He's bedridden. And so we discussed a couple of things. I went to the back of the property and I saw the access that he has from the terrace and the driveway, and then he has a garage. He also has a sliding rear door. I sent pictures of some of this stuff to the council. And then we talked about the front, and I offered to potentially bring up the front street parking, handicap parking. He said that that wouldn't work because he needs the driveway closer to the front door because that's how they bring in the child. They carry the child into the front door. And Dago is here. He can come up and answer any questions that the council may have. I may have to interpret it as best I can, but he will answer whatever questions you have. So then there was a discussion with the land use board chair and with Ryan, right? And we talked about the fact that there was another application as well, 640 San Francisco. They wanted a front driveway. In that situation, it was that there was no rear access to the property with the unfinished or unpaved area. The terrace, forgive me, I don't remember what terrace it was. It is, but behind Buffalo is a paved and he does have access. So I asked Dago to fill out an application, which he did, which we scanned to the council. He also was required to do the 200-foot notice. That's why we have residents here. And he provided additional information. So he provided from the Atlantic County Special School District, Special Services School District, a letter from Brian Contreras, that's his son, physical therapist, explaining his disability. I provided that to the council as well. I also provided the handicap placard that he has for his vehicle. So I provided that as well. Those were the scans that I gave you guys to look at. So at that point, when I spoke to the council president, he said, okay, bring it to the council and we'll discuss it at the council level. So his request is to put in a front driveway to the, what's that side, the right side? It'll be the
So,
south
White Horse
side.
Pike side.
White Horse Pike side, the south side of his driveway. So that he and his wife could take Brian out of the vehicle, go in through the front door and immediately into his bedroom. That's what they're requesting. And of course, there was a few items that we needed to discuss, that I needed to discuss with Dago, because that is one of our streets that we're going to be paving this year. So it's going to be improved. So this, if approved, this has to be done before the road gets improved. So that's where we are right now. I provided that information to the council members. I have it here again because I have his file with me. He's willing to come up and answer any questions that you may have.
Ramp,
Shift.
ramp, assist with carrying the child into the home.
That wouldn't be my question. It would be Dago's question. Dago, you gotta come up here.
Yes.
I didn't get any scans or any information about this prior to this meeting.
Yeah, it was the information that was sent out with the agenda.
No, I didn't get any.
Oh, okay. So here it is.
There you go.
I thought this was the stuff that Donna was supposed to send it to you and supposed to send it to council, but they can pass it around now. Oh, I apologize. I had to ask Donna to do that and send it over for the meeting. Yeah. These additional photos as well,
And is that the address for the placard too?
444. Yep, and these are the photos. Thanks.
How about the comment about the addition on the house? Was there?
I'm not, and that's the first I'm hearing of it. I'm not aware of anything like that. It's probably predates me.
Oh, they definitely.
Yes, predates me.
2 years.
I've been here for a little while, right? So I don't know that. I could, of course, look into that, but I don't know that right now. So the question I think that one of the council member has is, how come a handicap parking spot similar to the others, the otros que teníamos, right? In front of your house, how come that doesn't work? So you need to answer that question, I believe.
Well, it's not gonna help because, well, I have a child that's 12 years old. Hopefully, they come, disabled, we don't want it, that happen. And, me and mom, we have to carry him from the house to the car. Then it's getting heavy because it's grown. That's, we took Brian to a special court now, Atlantic County.
Yeah, on county special services, yeah.
So in the summer, I'm sorry, in winter time, we took Brian, every day to school. And again, it's growing, it's heck,
How old is he?
well, I'm born on, and I'm telling you,
Is he in a wheelchair?
yes,
He's in a wheelchair. Okay, so do you have a wheelchair van?
not yet,
Okay,
not yet.
so if he's in a wheelchair and you have a wheelchair van, I worked for special services for 32 years. That's what I did for a living. I retired from there. I worked for 32 years at special services with children like yours. You don't have a wheelchair van, so what does he ride in the car?
And normal say that,
You just buckle him in the seat?
yeah, my mama had to carry him full to the seat.
Okay, well, he should probably be in a adaptive car seat if he
He's
doesn't.
going to.
Yeah, he should, that's for his safety, that's,
Yeah,
besides all of this, he should be in an adaptive car seat. However, if he's in a if you have a handicap van and he's in a wheelchair, you just take that wheelchair lift down and you wheel him right up that lift to that ramp into the house and right into the house into the wheelchair.
Well, right now, it's a step in the front house, step, so we have to step,
Right, but
That's a good point. Why is there not a ramp there now?
right, that's what I'm saying, that as he gets bigger, even if you have a driveway next to your house,
well,
you're not gonna be able to lift him.
We're gonna make a little ramp.
Right, but what I'm saying is he grows, whether that driveway's next to your house or not, you're not gonna be able to lift him. So putting that driveway in, you're spending all that money on that driveway where that money more, personally, in my opinion, should be focused on trying to get a van and the adaptive equipment for him so that you can wheel him into the chair and up a lift. If you talk to your physical therapist and your social workers at the school, they should be able to help get you that equipment for your home to make it easier, to make it make your home adaptive to his needs.
We did talk to them, and they recommended us to put a driveway there, so it'd be more closer to the house, and we're gonna make a little ramp from the door to the driveway. We are going to go by a van, the special car for us. That's gonna be next step. And like I said, he's a special child, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, one of my neighbors, they never see Brian when I was carrying him.
Well,
Do you-
I was out
We have a recommendation.
Yeah, our city attorney has a recommendation and I guess the discussion we had was not correct. And this should not be heard here at city council. It should go, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, based on the conversation that's going on now on the application front, I think that there should be an application to the land use board to review these issues.
Can I ask another question? Ask him another question.
Yeah.
I watched you put up that addition. It took you about a year to do it, right? Is that for your son?
Yes.
Okay. Did you get a permit to build that?
Yes,
And did you request at that time that you wanted a driveway in the front?
no,
Why not?
because we don't have the money to, first, the addition of my house, because Brian have a lot of equipment there,
Mhm.
like therapy stuff, so the first, bedroom Brian have is kind of small, it don't fit there, so we. With the additional room for him bigger, so we can put all the equipment, and anyone, you
Yeah.
can go see,
Yeah.
all the stuff is.
I did see it.
in there,
I did see it from when I went to the back. I did see it through the sliding glass doors that there was a lot of equipment back.
No, I'm just saying if he needed a handicapped ramp in the front of the house and he had to come to the city to get a permit or a variance or whatever to build this addition, it looks like it's within the setback, so I don't know if he needed to go to the land use board or anything like that to build it, but at the time, there should have been something on your application that you want a driveway in the front. And it could have been heard at that time before you built the addition and it could all be taken care of by now.
Or the city.
He didn't
attorney
have the
wants to
money
make a
to
statement.
Go, Chris.
Yeah, we don't have the money, sorry, we don't have the money to, first, like I said, first we need it the back room, so we can put the stuff in there.
Right.
It's growing, you get more quicker, just the time.
Well, I mean, look, if it needs to change, then something's changed with regards to the permit. I mean, ultimately, it should be the land use board that hears all of that.
Right.
I mean, they've already heard the initial steps. I would say that they should make the application to the land use board, let the land use board flush out the issues. That's the board that's properly venued for zoning and variance issues like this. So they should be able to hear it legally anyway.
So based on that, it's not worth us discussing it any further at this point. We're gonna recommend that you take this and make an application to the land use board so they can review the whole site of what you're trying to do there.
Okay.
Okay.
No problem.
No, your comments are valid here, but it'll be heard again at the land use board.
Will we
At a-
receive notice?
Yes,
Yes.
Well, they will.
well,
Yeah, that'll be 200.
Yeah, we'll have to redo the 200-foot notice.
Yeah.
You'll have to redo what you did with the 200-foot notice when you get the information from Donna about the land use board
we're
application.
not trying to give you the runaround, it's just procedurally, that's
Again,
the right way.
yeah, my point is, my child is grown, we're not that carry, you know, like, probably two or three more years, it can't carry anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't, so that's the point.
Right.
I don't understand.
Okay, well, thank you.
If you guys notice, because he did not receive notice about this meeting, just for our conversation.
Should have got one, but
He's
we'll
on the street.
double check that.
He's right next.
I'll talk to Donna,
I
make sure.
I got a miss drop off notice like last Saturday.
Okay, so that, those meetings are the third Tuesday of the month. So I don't know when it would be heard, but it'll be,
This
I think
meeting's
it's this-
already too, probably August.
The 15th and August 19th, as I should be there, August meeting, that'll be the third Tuesday.
We'll send it to you.
All right, thank you all, appreciate it.
Thank you.
thank you,
Can I say something?
Would you like something?
On his application.
sure.
But you know, I kind of agree with the prior council president that we shouldn't be using curb cut cuts on front properties in Egg Harbor, especially in the downtown area, because it's very congested sometimes. Certain, like on my block, the whole end of the block is cars. The other half of the block is vacant and there's open spaces. But every time we take away, approve a curb cut, we take away a public parking space.
How
So,
many times have we done that?
well,
I don't
they
think-
just did one at the land use board that was considered a waiver, which I thought, and I might be wrong, that council had to prove that
There was no terrace there. Is that the one on San Francisco?
there is a terrace there, it's just not
They're
paved.
Right.
And that's my point, is that if we're gonna have new homes built, or, you know, like when that fella built that house, he had to come in with a site plan. Why didn't he ask for it then? Why did it have to
He
come
did.
back?
That was a bit of an oversight. It was included on his initial plan. It was approved. And then when he went to build it, they said, oh, you can't actually do that. So it was on my plan from 6 months ago. You guys approved it.
Okay,
So that was a bit of miscommunication.
so I really think we should like look at that ordinance and see, because in that area, that's 13th Terrace, I think.
Yeah.
There's not much going on in those neighborhoods, but when you get closer to Philadelphia Avenue, that's when it really gets congested, and we have a lot of multi-unit properties in that area.
Yeah.
So allowing
We
for
should just be consistent, and
don't
our
know.
thing is consistent, because we get people all the time that want.
The only thing is there's certain homes that you can't because they have either a garage in the back. I've seen that they can, so they would have to make a,
It's part of that
exception.
Discussion for.
Well, right, so I think we can need to do is you resolution, since you're not gonna take a vote on it.
This resolution here.
Yeah, because it's been
So,
motion made
let me just table it.
Yeah, why don't you do a motion to say.
Make the motion with table.
second,
Motion made and seconded to table, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 18 is tabled. Okay, then we'll go to number 6, mayor's comments.
Okay, so, I did get an email stating that. And I think I emailed it to the, Finance and Redevelopment Committee that the NJEDA, we got the grant for $169,139.80 to do the preliminary assessment for the Moss Mill Road landfill. So if you weren't on that committee, we did get the grant to pursue that. The only other thing I have is the lake report and, badges and bands. We sold 4,199 for 59,215. Picnics 198 at $12,030. Gazebo and boat rides $530. Our sales year to date are $71,775. 2024 was 84,335, so we're a variance of 12,560, which is getting better. If you remember the last report, it was like 30,000, but obviously the weather's not helping the sales. today we had to close, last week, so all in all, we're not doing too bad. We did get the campground payment, but for some reason it's not on here. It was about $5,900, which is about $4,000 less than last year.
Bad weather this year.
Yeah, bad weather, a lot of rain and cold. And that's really all I have.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Councilwoman Galloway for sustainable property.
Nothing for property and sustainable EHC is on hiatus for the summer. But we are working to get speaker at Cedar Creek High School in September 10th date. His name is Doug Talamy. Look him up. He's great speaker, and pleased to have him. Will be funded through the grant. But that's it.
That's all.
Yeah, not much going on yet at this time.
Okay. Councilwoman Hesse for safety, code enforcement, Rotary.
Last Tuesday was a Rotary Club's officer changeover dinner, and the new president is now Charlie Pritchard. That's all I have for Rotary. Safety Committee, there's nothing, and the Code Committee, I'll read the Code Department's second quarter summary. Their administrative duties, they had 129. Certified mail, 124, illegal dumping, 7, in-person notifications, 62, inspections, 357, investigations, 137, red cards issued, 46, telephone, email notifications, 104, TV tags issued, 12, and zoning reviews conducted, 75. And that's, and then the last thing I have also, the total income for the second quarter was 42,036. Jerry, if you have anything else to add now,
No, just one thing on the TV tags, it's really working because our electronics container is filling up, and we just recently emptied it and it's already full again.
oh,
So
terrific.
it's working really well. Yeah,
That's-
people are bringing their old TVs and et cetera. Yeah, so bring it over, 7 to 3:30. and then-
Sitting in my garage for a year.
That's all I have.
Councilman Timbers, license ordinance, land use, and Iroquois.
Nothing to report.
Councilman Dovey for DPW.
The Public Works Committee met earlier this week, but had an extensive review of a number of projects by both Ryan from our city engineer and the status of all those projects. So when we get to his report, we'll get an update on that. And Jerry will give a more detailed Public Works operational and staffing report during the administrator's report. That's all.
Okay, thank you. For finance redevelopment, the mayor and I had a conversation with the gentleman who's working on the studio, the film studio, and it sounds like it's progressing well. He's very close to getting approvals from Pinelands. And we're gonna ask him to come in. He's very willing to come in and talk, maybe even to the entire council about his progress and what he's looking to do there. And he's also interested in the Egg Harbor North. So our RFQ, when it goes out, he's gonna be included. So things are looking up as far as that. And also, we've had a discussion with Dr. LaRider. I always say his name.
Raider.
Laredo, for the St. Nicholas property, and he told us that he's purchasing the property in August, which he's had an agreement of sale with the diocese, but he's taken the step to actually purchase the building, and which kind of indicates to me that he is going ahead with the project. So that's another big project. I think that'll be beneficial to the community.
Yes.
All right, number 8 on our agenda is the chief of police.
Yeah.
Been a while, probably better than the last meeting. So I will give you some numbers from the time I was last here until now. We had 2 burglary calls, 2 fraud calls, 1 simple assault, one stolen motor vehicle, 9 thefts. We had 23 motor vehicle accidents, 2 pedestrian stops, 87 traffic stops, or some, 44 summonses issued. 10 arrests, including 1 DUI, 20 business alarms, 1 residential alarm, 120 crime prevention activities, 2 stolen mischief calls, 7 domestics, 42 EMS incidents, 9 firearms applications, 17 follow-ups, 523 property tax, 18 public service calls. I did have an opportunity last month, right before the last council meeting, it was the New Jersey Chiefs of Police conference and police expo. I was very fortunate to hear some really amazing speakers who had some great stuff to say, specifically one man who was in the White House bunker with Vice President Cheney on 9/11. So got a lot of crisis management and, you know, ways to handle different very stressful situations. Got some pointers on that. And then also a former retired police captain who was part of 3 separate school shootings, Columbine, Flat Lake, and I forget the other name of the other school. And then his daughter also spoke, who was a victim in a nightclub shooting. So we got a lot of interesting information. And that was a really good opportunity for me. During the last few times, during the upcoming stuff that we have got going on, we are working with the local schools to shore up on active shooter stuff. We're doing a tabletop exercise that will include the school administrator staff, our police officers, to go over, you know, a worst case scenario, and best practices. We do have the Deer Olympics coming up, or Lead Olympics coming up. That will be on August 9th in the morning at the lake, the same day as the Foot Truck Festival. I would like to commend code enforcement. Don't say me. Always.
Always mentioned.
Always. Code enforcement. Of those numbers that were read off, those 47 red tags, which are warnings, I got another one while I was mowing my lawn. And that one is safe from code enforcement, not even chief of police.
I live in Hamilton.
Well, yes.
They will find you.
They would have found me as I was actually mowing the lawn, and Jerry almost ran me over.
I did find her, almost ran her over. Yeah.
Some things that have been going on administratively, Captain Fernan has been working very hard. He did participate in a water rescue drill. He's worked on our water rescue plan, that includes issues for the Mullica River, and because we do have the lake, that's part of that. So he has worked very hard on the water rescue plan with local authorities, state police, the ambulance squads are dispatched, so we're all on the same page for any water rescue issues, as well as our emergency operation plan for emergency management. So he has worked hard with that. I know that some of you got copies of that as.
No, we didn't get the copy,
Oh,
but
I-
they, I brought it up last meeting. We signed it. Though.
Yes,
Cause it was just I only had.
well, okay, well, I mean, if you really want to look at it, you know, you're more than welcome to.
I read the whole thing. It's pretty
Yeah.
detailed, very detailed.
So we worked really hard on that. Special thanks to Mike Brennenberger from Hamilton Township. He does a lot of emergency management stuff, and he has been super helpful with that. So as always, we appreciate our partnership with Hamilton Township.
Can I ask you a question? Did you finish the water rescue plan? Cause the one I have in the AFP is just a draft.
I have to.
And it says draft on it. So if you do have
Is
it,
that, did the captain?
it was last year, or the year.
Oh, no, he
before.
he just sent something maybe within the last 3 days, so I'll forward that. Yeah, so he's done that, so. Some other exciting news, we did have one of our new hires start this week, he's currently doing, FTO with, our field training officers. He is a temporary, hire. So what that means is he's certified as a class 2, and we have 9 months to enroll him in either waiver class or a full-time academy. So what we are doing right now is we are keeping him here for the summer so that we have an extra body, gets to know the town, and then he will be sent off to complete his training. And we do have another officer graduating from the Atlantic County Academy on the 24th. We need to get you an invitation for that. So he will be starting shortly thereafter by the end of the month. Upcoming trainings that we have going on, we have 2 officers going to field training, the field training officer training so that they can help train our new hires. We are having folks go to, one officer go to a class called Finding Words. That's really important for us, finding words. If we have victims, of any kind of assault or anything that happens criminally that are under the age of 12, regular police officers cannot interview them. They have to go through special training in order to not ask leading questions or questions that can influence the children, and that's what Finding Words is. So that's what's one of our officers going to that. We also have a First Amendment audit training schedule. There's been up to in First Amendment auditors coming through the area. So that's something that is offered through our insurance fund.
It is, yes, state insurance. fund,
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we've got going on. We, one thing that I do want to bring up that is part of, I mentioned this a while ago, a countywide traffic initiative. I don't know if any of you have seen, I know that, Linda Cohen, the Great BEC, has done a few articles about it. That the prosecutor's office has also put out some information, but there have been 2 4-hour blocks of traffic enforcement throughout the county. On the first one, which was June 26th, there were 13 participating agencies with a total of 105 motor vehicle stops, 92 summonses. Oh, I'm sorry, that's from July 7th. 105 motor vehicle stops, 92 summonses, 4 vehicles towed, and 4 arrests on warrants. The first night on the 26th of June, there were 77 summonses for 111 motor vehicle stops. So they're targeting areas that were highlighted by the state police as areas of high vehicle crash incidents. We are on the rotation for that. The first one was Absecon, Atlantic City, and yeah, I don't want to say where. But along that corridor, and then the last one that they did the other night was in EHT Pleasantville, Northfield, and Linwood. So yeah, it's been very, very good. The county's happy with it. I know that folks have been talking about it, so I'm hoping that it is curbing some reckless and dangerous driving. Along with the car stops, there are educational aspects to it. I know that on the White Horse Pike and the Black Horse Pike, with any of the hotels or in the local businesses there, they've been handing out literature about driving safely. So it's not just about enforcement, it's also about education to make sure that people are aware.
Chief, how does that work? Do our officers participate in that too?
Yes, absolutely. So we have 2 officers. They don't both go at the same time. One goes at one time. It's a state grant, so all of their overtime is covered by the state grant, the National Highway Traffic Safety. Same folks do click it or ticket or drive sober, get pulled over. So our county coordinator, Christine Waltman, we coordinated with her at one of our chiefs meetings, and we came up with this idea. And so yes, all of the agencies who were interested, we sat down and targeted the areas that were, high traffic accident areas, and she found money so that we can do this. So yes,
Good.
there are a bunch of agencies. So the sheriff's department dispatch has dedicated 2 dispatchers during those time blocks, and it goes through their dispatch, and it's actually crazy. I listened for a little bit, and like these guys are just stepping all over each other, but they're out there stopping cars. So so
we'll see that soon.
yes, you will. So yeah, and that's all I have.
Quick question, do you have, I had called dispatch earlier for the Flamingo Caper at the lake. Do you have any updates on that? What was going on?
Don't.
I don't know.
about-
You probably weren't here.
No, I don't know about the Flamingo Giver. One thing I would like to ask is that, you know, that we've had our officers going out at like 5:45 for the bank bag. The bank bag is never ready.
I know.
So if they could just call dispatch when the bag is ready, so that way.
That's what it should.
I made a schedule for them
Mhm.
and I texted it to them to keep them on task.
Mhm.
This gets done that time, but I'm trying.
Listen, it's like-
It hasn't been an easy lift.
But yeah, so that's where we're at. Thank you.
So, I did text the individual who's supposed to rescue the flamingo. He hasn't gotten back to me, so he's probably still in the kayak. I'm just letting you know.
I was on the paddleboard, I think,
Yeah.
Mike's really good at that.
Go ahead.
No. Any other questions? Thank you, sir.
Anybody else?
Thank you very much for your help with the document.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime.
Okay, number 9 is our CFO report.
No.
City clerk,
Nothing.
city administrator.
Thank you. To the Public Works Committee, I sent out that we had a completed revisit from Piosha. We had a couple of items that needed to be addressed. We completed those, and so we got the all clear from Piosha. Let's hope that it takes another 10 years for him to come around and inspect us again, but we passed everything was really in proper order at the DPW lodge, and so I appreciate our staff doing that. We continue to do regular maintenance on schedule, although it rained most of the day today. We have not fallen behind. And now we're starting to catch up on, we've completed 5 handicap parking spots, painting those. And next we'll be doing the piano key crossing in the school areas. We'll concentrate on that. And then last thing we'll do this summer is the parking lot striping. So we're trying to freshen up everything and be able to do all of that. In addition to that, we started metal recycling. Did you get a check today, Jody? It must be on my desk. All right, so we started metal recycling. For some reason, we collect a lot of metal all throughout the year, and so we wait for times when we do catch up on work to be able to bring it down the street to American. That's DPW. We're currently in the process of replacing our backhoe. We've been involved in negotiations with the vendor who is on Sourcewell, and we did get a very good offer for our trade-in for our backhoe. So we're moving forward with that process. And right now, although we did fall behind on brush, we caught up on a rented backhoe. We had a backhoe rented for 3 days and caught up on all of the brush throughout the entire city, which was incredible how much we collected, truly. So we're doing a lot of green recycling in that regard. As far as my administrative work, the RFQ that we worked with Chris on is ready to go and be posted on the website on Monday morning. In addition to that, I'll have Meg advertise that as well, the way it should be advertised. We're working on other items. We're trying to have conversations about the landfill and move that process forward. And, you know, everything else that comes my way. Today, I did start our shared service agreement with Hamilton. I was there helping them out, but throughout the entire day, answering phone calls and emails and text messages, mostly from staff, some from the mayor, about a few things.
Not me.
So, no, yeah, oh, you were at.
Yes.
You were tonight, yeah. So things seem to be working out pretty well with that, and that's just the first day, so let's see how it goes.
Great.
That's it. Any questions? I'm ready.
Yeah, any update on the tree removals?
So yeah, 43 tree removals so far from our list. And then Ingrid or Mason not here, but we did have a little bit of a setback with our contractor working on the Crusaders building. He's a few weeks delayed. We're waiting for him to get better. We hope he gets better very quickly, and then we'll be going at that. But everything is in place. Jody has given me all the purchase orders for that, and we have all the quotes, and so we're ready to go to get that done. And our target is, you know, before football starts, which we'll be able to make.
Great.
And the RFQ that you mentioned, is that for Egg Harbor North?
Yes.
And what about the RFQ for tree planting?
Oh, that's ready. We didn't talk about it, but that's ready to go. I've had that in the can already for a little while.
Okay,
And so
because I think we should get working on that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they're gonna have to order trees. If we're gonna plant 200, it might take them a month or so. to trees.
yeah, so I can put that out this week. I can put that out this week. I'll send it over to Chris to give it a quick look, but you know, it's one of the ones I've used in the past. And we already have the trees and the substitution list and all of that stuff. So that's ready to go. But that's been ready for a little while.
Came across a good website from Trenton. They're doing a tree program up there. They had a long list of street trees, so I just want to send it to you.
Send it because I can augment, it's not, you know, I can still
Yeah.
change the list of trees, yeah.
All right, I'll get that to you.
I just wanted to add one question about the park that they're putting in on the main street. What did they decide to do with the trees? Did they get someone else to get the trees for them, smaller trees?
You're talking about Archway Green?
Yes,
So Archway Green, I spoke to the landscape architect. And we went back and forth on which trees and we agreed on the list of trees. And so they have that down with it.
so they did.
Yeah,
Okay.
they have that.
I
The
wasn't sure what-
contractor, Maxwell, hired R.W. Brown. I worked with their staff architect, landscape architect.
So they're
to be a-
still using R.W. Brown?
Yeah, they still use
that.
R.W. Brown. That's their subcontractor, yes. Yep.
I just have one thing. Jerry, you and I talked, this kind of related to the people that were here today. You and I talked about painting those stop bars.
Yep.
And I just wanted to council know that you are working on that and
Yeah.
it will be done because that's important.
Yeah, and we're, I was able to pry a little money away from Jody, so we're gonna be buying some stop signs as well. So, but we'll be doing stop bars and stop signs, because the stop signs are pretty bad. There's no reflectivity on the stop sign. So we think it's important. I think the chief would agree that it's important to stop. So they need to see stop signs. Yeah. So they need to see stop signs, but we'll be doing stop bars, but we'll do them piano keys first. We're doing the crossings first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question. I keep forgetting to ask you when I talk to you. There's a lot of people that have trees where the brush has grown up on them, where the branches
Mhm.
are coming out of,
So if I feel energetic, sometimes I get out of the car and cut that for them.
I mean, it's been a property owners.
Yeah, so it's our street tree, it's our street tree, so at some point, so today, tomorrow, we're cleaning catch basin tops. To make sure that we get all the defoliated bark that collects in our streets.
Right.
So we'll get onto that as well.
So since Joe brought that up, I'll bring up, sorry, I know I'm hungry too. I didn't eat, but I had spoken to you already, Jerry, about the bushes that are growing on the curbs.
Yes.
Like especially if you go where around where Gary lives, you'll
Right.
see it. And I don't know what the conclusion was to that,
So-
but Steve Hadley told me he didn't know
So we
because
come- we
the
come-
code was
There
unclear.
isn't something, so I looked into that, but there isn't something specific in our code to talk about that. I believe that we have a lot of weeds growing between the curb and the pavement because we're somewhat behind on paving streets. In other areas where streets are paved on a regular basis, that's reduced significantly, right?
Mhm.
So when I'm driving around, writing up work orders for DPW. I'll check to see if a house is really overgrown. There's a couple of houses really overgrown.
They're
Most of them
like-
are
like
rentals,
this,
Mayor.
yeah.
Yeah. most
Well,
of them-
Yeah, the one I'm talking about isn't, but
Okay, so if it's not a rental, because if it's a rental, we'll send them a notice that they have to do a property maintenance. It's not, it's just a notice, it's just a warning, right? But if it's not, I should talk to the property owner. So if you want to give me some addresses, if you see that, give me the addresses and I'll go introduce myself.
Just drive down Beethoven.
Yeah, I know, I know. Right.
I'm
but I
next
mean,
door.
And we
we
try-
weed whack them and it takes care of it and then
Correct.
weed killer.
It's all about a maintenance, it's all about a maintenance for each
Mhm.
property. Some people are just remiss in doing that, yeah. Yeah, and we tried with the sweeper, we had the
Yeah,
sweeper
yeah,
out.
that's
and
what,
the
yeah,
old
it won't
sweeper-
work.
the
It
old
won't
sweeper
work.
Doesn't, yeah. Even
That was the one
and you-
request I had for the new sweeper, which I didn't get, that it removes that from the curb, but I did not.
So I
get
sent
that.
Raymond out with the old sweeper, because the old sweeper
Yeah,
has been reconditioned, it has brand new brushes, right, brand new bristles on it, and it still wasn't going to do that, so it needs to be done with a weed whacker or some Roundup spray.
Excuse me, are you talking about roof in the street along the curb?
yeah.
Yeah, Steven, yeah.
And under the trees. Along.
Well, Joe, I think Joe was talking about under the trees,
Right.
yeah.
Talking about the trees.
Yeah, he was talking about
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tree, but we're talking about the streets.
Cause I
getting
see it
really
every
hot.
day, you
Yeah.
know, it's almost like bushes in the street now.
Yeah. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
on Main Street, there is
Yeah.
a tree growing out from.
Yeah,
The cannabis place
yeah.
there. I think they really need to,
Chop it, cut it off.
yeah, or,
front
I
of-
mean, it just.
It's in the empty lot.
MedLife,
Their parking lot, that's just a
Okay.
little strip that they have to
I'll make it
maintain
happen.
there, and for some reason, it seems like it's difficult to do.
Okay, I'll take a look at that.
Yeah, it's a tree. really.
Downtown.
And
But we did do some weeding downtown and the downtown sidewalks will be free now, so.
usually
good.
what pops out of, cracks in the asphalt and all is the tree of heaven, which is the host tree for the spotted lanternfly. And you cannot chop them down, or they will keep coming back because their runners go sideways and new trees pop up. So you have to kill the tree with chemicals before you chop it down. So, and they are everywhere. I
This
mean,
is, this is not a tree of that, this is not one of those trees, it's a oak or
It's, it
something.
looks like a maple.
Yeah, maybe it's
Yeah.
a maple, yeah.
but yeah, we could probably have a program on that, just on the tree that
Alone.
Get
in
this
the
thing and
fall.
move it somewhere else. It's that big.
It's big.
It is.
Anybody else?
So,
City attorney?
No.
Senate.
Uh,
We talked about Senate a little bit, right?
yeah, well, I don't know, it's been almost, we're coming up on 60 days. That the court had provided for the bowling alley property for the outside to be cleaned. I think 14th is the day, that'll be 60 days.
yeah.
So, Jerry and I spoke this week, he's gonna go out there on the 14th and see if any improvements have been done to the property.
Yeah, I'll
If not,
document what's been done or what has.
Actually, I think it's getting worse.
Yeah, I think they're bringing more
There's
stuff in,
more
actually, yeah.
stuff out there.
But
Well-
more stuff for us to get rid of.
So then it's, yeah, so that point, might be required to send him notice that, he has. A certain amount of time to remove the property or the city's gonna come in and do it. So
I thought that was already what was in place, that wasn't what was in
Yeah,
place.
the 14th.
60
Yeah.
60 days, and if not, I'd send him notice that if he didn't have it cleaned it then. Jerry and I talked about it, I mean,
We talked about,
realistically.
it, came up with a plan, so I'm gonna document what has been or hasn't been removed, right, because we have the before pictures, and I'll have the pictures from Monday. And then from there, Chris and I came up with a plan to
Address it.
address it.
And what about the 30-day violations that he got from Buckhopper for the fire marshal? He was supposed to remove.
Those are currently being appealed at the.
Oh, that's
truck
right. Okay.
appeal.
I thought we did, right?
No, that was a second, that was a different appeal,
Oh.
right? So he appeals everything that we did. We won the first appeal. I hope we win the second appeal. I don't know. I haven't appeared, even at the informal, I haven't appeared in front of the construction.
And some of the violations still haven't been heard yet in court. Some of the new violations
I think
from the fire inspector's inspection.
those have already been, I
Yeah.
think they have, because they've already
That's
been
the
appealed to the
appeal.
county.
Okay,
They've already been appealed to the county. I'm just waiting for the appeal date so I could appear at that meeting for the Board of Appeals.
Cause all that stuff outside was on Buckhopper's report. That is part of the,
I think we have a good, Mayor, I think we have a good determination on the outside. It's the inside stuff and the fact that the fire, it's just not. a
but he
safe-
did write up him the 30-day violations for the
Yeah.
outside stuff too. Cause it's a fire hazard, plain and simple.
We're on
Be
it,
at that.
we have it on our calendars.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
And the fence is that going to be moved as well? Because that is the
Temporary
fence,
fence.
the fence.
That's temporary fence instead of this.
It's
I
been in the
see.
city right away for 2 years, you
Yeah.
know?
But I'll be returning it,
Maybe
it looks like a rental, so I'll be returning that to the company. I'll have the company come pick it up.
okay, thank you. Number 13, engineer report.
Sure. Try to be quick. That's been, it's Archway Green, they're moving right along. And only with two dots, unfortunately, they probably could have finished a little quicker, but they're still conveying, they expect to be done, the end of July before any of the board events there. Buffalo Avenue, we got a response from DOT, working on, resubmission. I'm expecting to submit to, back into PMRS either Monday or Tuesday next week. So we can try to get an August project award for that. So we'll get advertised, later in June, or I'm sorry, later in July, and then get it on the August agenda. Lake ADA, I did get a response from the Finance Commission yesterday in trying to set up, that meeting. I sort of indicated in our last correspondence that there's a couple things we want to talk about, so they requested an agenda. So I have an email half drafted up already to try to provide that, so we can get something on the calendar.
Can we sneak in some other items at that same meeting?
Yeah, absolutely. We can talk about it as much as we want. They just wanted to know what we want to talk about so they can bring the appropriate staff.
Okay, good.
So, I'll go through that with you. before we
Okay,
start.
good. Yeah, thanks.
City Hall ADA improvements, it's like 4 different disciplines. I'm just trying to get all the plans and specs tied together so that we can get back ready to bid. I believe we need to submit that to DCA first before we bid it. So we'll send it to them as soon as it's ready. Any kind of discussion, still moving along. We're trying to work with New Jersey Transit and plans on that, trying to get our permits moving forward. New Orleans Avenue subdivision, this is one of the things getting out of the list because we still don't have formal notice that it was approved, even though they told us it was a while ago. I-Break Stormwater Project. We have a bond introduction on tonight's agenda. This is the $3 million in principal forgiveness. I think we've gone through this a few times now already, but you borrow the money, you bond the project, you bond for the project with them. So technically you're borrowing it, but at the end, when you go to close on the loan, they immediately forgive it. So it's just a process. So we worked with your bond council to get this set up. And they have done this in 20 other municipalities. So D-Swig Street, Brandon, Baltimore, we're moving along in design. We're trying to get our submission to DOT by the end of July, so we can bid that this fall and then both roads done this calendar year. Whitesburg demo, we still have the South Jersey Gas utility shut off pending, is that correct?
Yes.
So,
I have gas. I just got electric. It's in my box.
okay,
We have everything.
so we do have everything now?
I have everything,
All right,
yeah.
we'll reach out to the contractor, but we're kind of at the tail end of the window that we had talked about with them. What we did not want to do was start demolishing the building. And then there's still pieces of it remaining to the food truck festival. So we'll talk it over with them, but most likely we're gonna hold off to start demolition until after the food truck festival.
Yeah. It's 3 weeks. He wants 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, he wanted to have 3 weeks safely, by the time he would do notices and get his.
He's gonna
work out.
order a final thing for
We'd be pushed.
cards.
So I think it's just the interest of not, potentially creating a situation there. We're probably better off waiting a month and just starting as soon as all the events are. Care improvements, that's another one that's tacked on the meeting. We can talk to them about the old violations and the potential issues with closing. Tennis courts, I'm gonna move off to the next meeting because I think we're wrapped up with that at this point.
So Brian, one punch list item they and I disagree on, but I've been able to get the collars to protect the court from freeze thaw.
Yes.
So they weren't a lot of money. The we'll install them ourselves.
Okay.
But they did do the fence repair and they did do all the other items. So there's just one item that they thought we shouldn't put in, but I know that we should put in because you'll have the water and the freezing in that pipe area. So,
Right.
because they wanted
to avoid.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, brownfield areas, we got some feedback, we had reached out probably 3 or 4 weeks ago to the brownfield manager. We reached out again, he just got back to us a day or two ago. So we're trying to finalize our HTSRF investigation proposals, we just needed to make sure that they fit with the brownfield program. The brownfield program, typically you can't use HTSRF funds on private property. I'm sorry, if you're just doing the HTSRF program, you typically can't use the funds on private property. But through the brownfield program, you can, so that allows us to do the investigative work over at the gateway through the brown program. So it's another benefit of that program and that designation. Master plan reads then, at least I still owe you the language for the butterfly. I'm sorry I did not send it to you today.
It's okay, no rush.
But yeah, so we need to sort of advance that a little bit. The area need a redevelopment study, we are we've internally circulated a draft. I'm hoping to be able to cut that loose either tomorrow or Monday so that we can review with the planning board at their July 15th meeting on Tuesday. Our study will recommend that the area or the neighborhood Cedar Creek area deemed an area in need of redevelopment. And then we can update the redevelopment plan to apply to redevelopment area. And that sort of ties in with the RFQ that we're going to put out for the developer designation. Redevelopment plan for the environmental landfill. We are moving forward with that. It's kind of 1B behind the North Subdivision redevelopment area study. So that one we're prepping to have to the planning board for their August meeting.
So I have a question, Joe. Those August planning board, and then does it have to come to council in August? Does it have to come to city council in August, then go to planning board, or does it go to planning board directly because you're gonna bring it and then September September city council? I need the timeline.
So I think it's city, planning board, city.
Okay, so it'll be right there.
Yes.
Okay.
And the city's meeting is 14th.
August
Yeah,
14th.
yeah,
Right,
14th,
and then the planning board meeting is then,
Yeah.
so we'll
The
have.
city has to, the city has to recommend, planning board then does the study, adopts the study,
And
and
we bring
then
to the
recommends
first
it back, and then it comes back here.
Okay.
So maybe September 11th, we'll be looking.
meeting. Yeah, it's
Appoint
September,
somebody.
right, September 11th. Okay, good,
Yeah, it sounds about right.
that helps.
And then the county thing we went through, I left it on here just for everyone's reference. The last thing I'll note is we had the driveway come in for the front access driveway. The board, after our meeting with the one that did not have a paved terrace at the rear of it, recommended back to city council that the city's ordinance committee consider revising that ordinance to only apply when there's a paved terrace in the rear of the property. It's not fair to make people drive out a dirt road and have a paved street in front of them. So rather than anytime that situation come up, to have someone come to the board, that it was just automatically.
So is Carol gonna do language, or we need Chris to do language, or?
Well, we can have the ordinance committee talk it over, see if they want to do that first, and
Yeah,
then.
I think we need to talk about that.
Okay, okay. Yep, so that's all I have, unless there's any questions.
Any questions for Roy?
Just the one thing, we spoke with John and Satcher today, the NJEDA grant that he received, and I know you've been in contact with him and his engineer, but, we agreed kind of that they're gonna give you where they want everything,
The design.
but you are gonna actually do the calculations. Is that
So the
confirmed?
city has to bid the project.
Right.
So, it's essentially the sidewalk and the curb, and the deceleration lane and all of that for his property. So it didn't make sense for us to design that while they're designing their project on the inside. So what we said at the beginning, was probably a year and a half ago, was that as they're doing that design, they will go through that. We will pull, once that's done and they have that permitted, we'll pull off the right of way portion that the funding applies to, and we will bid that as a city project. That's.
But I think he's
has to
thinking the
work.
design should really be done by you, since you're the city.
So I can talk to his engineer again, but I'm pretty sure we were
Okay.
on the same page that they
Oh,
were.
yeah, we were a little confused, so,
Yeah, it's.
but it is our grant that we are.
The city's
yeah.
grant, the city is the one who has to procure the contract. We had a discussion with Jonathan in the very beginning, that his understanding was he would be responsible for engineering fees and anything else. So that there was zero out of pocket cost to the city, we're
Okay.
not subsidizing, we
Well,
got a
he- you
grant,
know-
we'll move it forward, but.
Yeah, he's not complaining and he
Yeah.
spent a lot of money on that project,
I
but,
agree.
we just have to clarify that with his engineer and then his engineer can relay that to him.
Yeah,
But his engineer right now is trying to get him through the Pinelands water,
yeah, the storm
whatever,
management.
storm management. So, and he promised he'll have by next week.
Okay.
And then when he's on vacation, then when he comes back, he'll focus on that, but that's important because,
I think it'd be a good idea if he reached out.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll set up a meeting with him and his engineer, because I've talked to him a bunch of times, I've talked to his engineer a bunch of times, and now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever talked to both of them. the same time.
No,
So, that probably would be a good idea.
Is the reason that it's, a little bit of a misunderstanding there, is it because if he doesn't follow through with this, I mean, even though he has invested a lot of money, is that then we have that property? We're stuck with the property and it's gonna be set up.
we just would lose the grant, that's all.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
not for you setting up the plan, the way the
No.
streets are and everything
No,
like
no,
that,
no,
that's not what it
Right,
is.
there's no move street pattern or anything like that, it's
Oh,
really, the improvements to the roadway, the sidewalk, the sort of the entrance improvements, if you will, the funding was for right of way improvements. For infrastructure upgrades, related to movie production studios. So they had $7 million, I think like 5 people applied for it, because that's kind of a narrow thing. And we got $1 million, so it's, he's gonna need extensive, infrastructure along the right of way. So that's what we applied for. A portion of it they actually didn't fund was the, I think it was the sewer portion. Because they said that the pump station, all that we required was gonna be on his property, and that was his problem.
Yeah.
Really,
Well,
something that they-
Yeah, he did mention that and American Water's working with them to take care of that.
That's good, yeah, I figured that they would have some resources.
And you're on the same page that the entrance is coming in off of Hamburg Avenue.
Yeah, his primary entrance, he's planning on coming off of Hamburg Avenue, he's planning on having, like the rear lot access come off of Moss Mill.
which would come right across from the high school.
Yes.
And he said that would be a closed exit.
Yeah, he was planning on keeping that gated and closed, and just having like larger deliveries. He has like a back lot area over on that side.
Right.
Personally, I thought that was a little awkward, but that's the direction that he wants to proceed. So,
Yeah, his concern was the school buses and the kids, because it's so close to that, it could be messy.
yeah, if everyone showed up for work and 100 cars
Yeah.
pulling in, as everyone, from left and right going to school and doing his production, so you guys understand, but, there's some school of thought that you'd rather have traffic on the much heavier travel county road than sending it down a municipal street.
Yeah,
But, I think we can work with it bigger.
okay, that was good, thanks.
Any other questions for Brian?
I have, the work here at City Hall,
Yes.
you have a timeline for that, or how disruptive is it gonna be for our employees here?
Well, there's a backup bathroom, I think, in there. So we talked through that.
Unisex?
Yeah, for a little while. Not really, not with any cost.
Work from home.
You're right, they're gonna gut it and go and do it at the same time. They're actually gonna do the countertop on the dais that you're sitting at right now, so that will be an interesting meeting. If it's not there for one, but and then a ramp on the side here. So we'll have to work very closely with the contractor. This timing is gonna be very important. We have a council meeting at 2 weeks to get the top off and get that next one on. So we'll figure it.
Okay, thank you, Ryan.
Joe, again, sure, the flamingos secured.
Oh, good.
Critical update.
Yep, that's a critical update.
Okay, number 4,
Keep,
the resolution to assume
no, keep
the
it,
Egg Harbor City Historical Society's
took it out.
water bill. Is there a motion?
Make that motion.
Second.
Motion to be made and seconded. Questions? Roll call.
I was gonna say I have a question.
Okay.
What are their normal water bills?
Well, this is because American Water is starting to charge us.
Mhm.
So I don't, Joe, do you have an idea what their bill is?
Much, they're not in there that
Yeah, I
long.
can't
No.
remember.
It's 2 days a week.
It's just around the year.
Yeah,
Right.
Yes.
Can't do that.
It's a city building, but
$12.
it isn't,
Yeah,
it's probably not
We
as
don't
much
know,
as yours.
right?
Yeah, by far.
I think it's more than mine.
I would hope so.
Do they have a bed? We can go across the street.
they do have a bathroom.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
You have it or not?
That's the men's room over there.
It's like it's about $70 a month was the cost on the estimate that we got from New Jersey.
Okay, roll call, please.
Dash,
yes.
Jovi,
Yes.
Galloway,
Yes.
Heist,
Yes.
Hesse,
Yes.
Keener,
Yes.
Timbers.
Yes.
Resolution passes. Number 15, resolution to participate in the SPC co-op for natural gas. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Questions? Roll call.
Dash,
Yes.
Jovi,
Yes.
Galloway.
Yes.
Heist,
Yes.
Hesse,
Yes.
Keener,
Yes.
Timbers.
Yes.
Okay, number 17 is a resolution. Approval to submit a grant application and execute a grant contract with the New Jersey Department of Transportation.
You skipped 16.
I missed 6.
You said 17, but it's
Well,
We read 17.
you were in 17 too. You skipped it.
terminate, resolution to terminate membership in state health benefits programs. Six or motion,
So moved. Second.
motion been made, seconded. Questions?
I do. I wasn't at that meeting. Just,
Okay.
can you just briefly,
Sure, I can.
thank you.
So it looks like initially, when Jody and, an individual by the name of Robert Henry started talking about what we could do about the increases that were planned for the state health benefits plan, we're in 20 to 25% range. This week, that's been realized at 34%. Our state health benefits plan will go up 34%. And so, to Jody's credit, started talking with an individual who's very well versed in this. And at the last meeting, we talked about joining a health insurance fund. That would save us that 34% increase for the next 18 months. And so since then, I and Mr. Henry and Jody was in one of the meetings, we met with the unions. and the unions were okay with this. In addition, we had a question about pre-existing conditions, which of course would be covered and nothing would be changed. So we would be going from the state health benefit plans, which uses Horizon as their provider, to a health insurance fund, which uses Horizon as their provider. And for us to save that money, not only do we save the money, but our employees who contribute on Chapter 78 would be saving the money in the increase. So this process is, we have to get out of the state health benefits plan. We have to give them 60 days notice and then enter into the health insurance fund run by NJ Promotions.
Thank you.
If I could just add that the coverage has to be equal to or better than what they already have.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
It wasn't at a meeting we talked about it,
It was
talked
before.
in executive session about it.
Yeah, I know, I missed that,
Yeah.
so that's why I asked.
Okay, roll call, please.
Dash,
Yes.
Dovey,
Yes.
Galloway,
Yes,
Heist. Yes. Hesse.
Yes,
Keener,
Yes.
Timbers.
Yes.
Resolution passes. Number 17, I already read. So is there a motion?
So,
motion.
second.
Motion made and seconded. Questions?
Yeah, I just wanted to say something about this. This is a fund that's available for, I guess, low to moderate income homeowners that they can get repairs made on their house. So that's,
Wrong one.
Number 17.
which one is it?
This is Safe Streets in Transit,
this
and
is
that
here. I'm so confused. Yeah.
You're
Are
on
you
that?
still the
Not
second
it.
on the motion?
That's
Seven.
not it. We're 17.
This is,
Yeah.
17 is Safe Streets to Transit.
We were on the.
Not that
You
one.
seconded.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so
Well, I'll still have second.
are there any other questions? Roll call, please.
Dash,
Yes.
Dovey,
Yes.
Galloway,
Yes,
Heist. Yes. Hesse,
Yes,
Keener,
Yes,
Timbers.
Yes.
resolution passes. Submit an application.
This one was
Number
tabled.
18, we already did. Number 19, a resolution authorizing the city of Egg Harbor to enter into an interlocal services agreement with the Atlantic County Improvement Authority for the purpose of administering the housing rehabilitation. Is there a motion?
So moved.
second.
second,
Motion's been made and seconded. Questions on the motion?
Okay, then now,
This is.
Okay.
this is funding that's available for property owners who are low to moderate income, I guess. I don't know if it's low or low to moderate. But the county will come in and actually make the improvements on your house at no cost to you. They put a lien on the house, and when you, if you should sell your house within 5 years or so, you pay back, I don't know if you pay back 100%, you pay back a portion of it. So if anyone needs improvements to their home and they don't have the money to put out, this might be a good program for them to participate in.
Yeah, they're about all purpose too. It's like, if you have a heater that breaks or an air conditioner breaks or a leak. Or a roof that leaks or something like that. Yeah, I think it used to be capped at like $20,000 for the
Yeah.
repairs, but it is a really good program.
Yeah.
And they procure, contractors to do.
And we've put it in the newsletter a couple times, but
Yeah, we
I
have.
don't think people are taking advantage of it.
only one person applied, right? Yeah. Or is
No,
it
no, we have, I have, in the past.
Over the years.
Yeah.
as of recent?
Okay, any other questions? Roll call, please.
Okay,
Yes.
Dovey,
Yes.
Galloway,
Yes.
Heist.
Yeah.
Hesse,
Yes,
Keener,
Yes.
Timbers.
Yes.
Okay, resolution passes. Number 20. Okay, number 20 is a resolution supporting the state cannabis manufacturing application of Fireplace, New Jersey LLC 801 Philadelphia. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
This is Trockey, right?
yeah.
That's
That's my
the
question.
best you could come up with.
Now, that you made in second questions. That was your question.
That was my question, yeah.
Okay.
I have a question as well.
It's in relation to the ordinance we passed, right? At the
Yes.
couple council meetings ago.
I mean, I know what this is about. I'm just asking, can we add that he must make sure those trees, if they die, that he replaces those
Not
trees that are.
Not part of it.
No.
This is
Where can we do
simply a
it?
support resolution so that you can get his, so that he can submit his license.
Okay,
So
well,
it's
please
not
let me
a-
know when I can do that, because I think this is the second time I've tried to do that. Thanks.
So,
already in.
I was gonna say,
That's
he's got
a-
guaranteed it for 2 years, so.
so we don't need a
Yeah,
roll.
two-
Just
More than two.
Well,
Just for resolution.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution passes. Number 21, introduce ordinance. Bond ordinance number 12, 2025. iBank stormwater improvements.
So moved.
That's what Brian talked about earlier.
Second.
Motion made, seconded, questions? Roll call, please. No, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Resolution passes. Ordinance. Introduction. And then advertise notice of introduction in the Hamilton Gazette on July 16th, public hearing on August 14th.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, number 22 is the bill list.
Make the motion.
Second.
Motion made, second, any questions on the bills? Roll call.
Dash,
Yes.
Joby,
Yes.
Galloway,
Yes.
Heist,
Yes.
Hesse,
Yes.
Keener,
Yes,
Timbers.
Yes.
those are fixed. Number 23, mayor comment?
Yeah, just to remind everybody that the fireworks are on the 19th. The lake will close the water at 5:30 and the lake will close at 6:30. And a bit little addition to the fireworks, Ryan Rodriguez, many of you might know him. He has a drone company now and he is doing a drone show before the fireworks. Free for the city, because he lives here and his family lives here, so that's gonna be really great. I saw the previews of it, it's amazing.
He said 55 drones.
So come on out, don't stay home, come out. That's all I have, thank you.
Yeah, I have one thing. The New Jersey Shade Tree Federation is having its 100th anniversary conference. In October, we have grant funding available if anybody's interested in attending. We can pay your way, it's a couple $100, so if anybody's interested in learning about trees. Or even taking core training, just let us know and we'll enroll you.
It's, may I add, if you are core trained, I will put you to work, so. Free, but, yeah, it's all right.
Councilwoman Hesse?
I just wanted to, first of all, I just wanted to say we will be having a code meeting this week, Tuesday, the 15th. Meg,
Here, 6:30, right?
well, the thing is, they're also gonna have land use board meeting, so can we have it in your office?
Yeah, sure, we can have it in my office. We'll do a hybrid Zoom and I'll use my laptop.
You could have it in emergency management too.
Yeah, we have-
Okay, it's all right.
Yeah.
Haven't gotten to it yet.
How about the table?
Can it be fixed, George? We just bought it.
No,
Why don't we toss it and order something else? I'll leave that up to you.
If you send Jody an email.
Oh.
You know.
Huh?
Gotta give it a chance to say it.
Oh.
Mayor,
Crazy.
as long as you send me an email, I'll convince Jody to give you some money.
You're doing a great job.
Jody never says no.
That's before I say, let me just.
Jody
Yeah, just- So we're picking the team.
And just to
That's
finish,
brilliant.
I just wanted to say, now that we have pickleball courts, I'm working on getting an introduction to pickleball clinic together. My hope is to get more seniors and children interested. As this progresses, I'll keep everyone posted. Just enjoy the weekend, everyone.
What do you consider a senior?
Anyway, just, I mean, would be invited, I'm just saying, I'm a senior.
I'm just
So-
so I qualified, because
We're all-
I do like pickleball, but I'm not very good at it.
But neither am I, but I still, love it. It's great just to get out there.
Councilwoman Hesse?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
wanna, just throw it out there that on July 26th, the Hearts and Harley Motorcycle Run will be going through town. We're starting at Gavin Passmore Field this year, in honor of Michelle and Gavin. And it'll go through the Pinelands, and then the last stop will be at Crossroads. If anybody would like to come out to Crossroads, you just have to contact John Paps to get tickets. If you do not ride, if you ride, you can go by Jeep, you can go by car, you can go by motorcycle, you can go by trike. Join us on the ride. It's a really fun ride, and it's for a good cause. All funds raised go to open a domestic violence house. That's what the proceeds are going towards.
Thought I missed the time. I didn't get the time.
It starts, I think registration starts at 10 o'clock and it goes all day. And
Okay.
sometimes it's a very long, hot day, but it's worth it.
What day was it, Father?
It's July 26th.
Anything else?
That's it. Thank you.
Councilman Dash?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Jerry for all of his hard work and keeping everything organized.
Yeah, well,
I've sat in a couple meetings with you and I appreciate the expertise you bring to it
my
and
pleasure.
especially your organization. So thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Dovey?
I have nothing.
Council Pro Tem Timbers? Say that quick.
At least I can remember my name. I don't have anything.
And
Yeah, thank you. And I just have one thing to say. As you know, we're only gonna have one meeting in July. So the 24th, there is no meeting. Our next meeting would be August 14th. And we won't have a August 28th meeting unless we need to for various reason.
Yeah, we'll make sure we don't need.
Okay,
I forgot to.
all right.
I just wanted to remind everybody that the Peace Pilgrim celebration is going to be held Saturday, July 19th, next door at Peace Pilgrim Park.
And that, I'm new. I need a time for that.
It starts
Oh,
like
he's
around
got
10
it.
o'clock on the calendar.
Okay.
It's on the Facebook page.
You know me.
Bring your
It's
drum.
it's only a push page, you know, there's.
Your yoga mat and your.
Drum, right?
And you gotta walk by.
Hold on, Matt. I might not.
Okay, number 24 is public comment. Anyone wish to be heard on anything? Tony?
Hi. My name's Naomi Clinton, but I want to say, great job. You're doing a great job.
Checks in the mail.
Good to see our bodyguard here, Mr. Jerry Petty and Stephanie here. Jerry, you're doing an amazing job, and it's great to see everyone starting to like you.
Yeah. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah.
And just wanted to say thank you to the lawyer here, you know, the attorney here for putting that whole debacle to the stop because, when that gentleman was here and Jerry said that there was a language barrier, everyone should have took, should have listened to that and not jump on his back and question, why wasn't it this? Why wasn't it that? No one cares what you did for a living before. Have some compassion for him and not question him. Everybody in the city, no one knows what their background on it is. So that's what I like to see. I like to see people on the board who have compassion for people who live here in Lake Harbor City. That's why you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
Thanks, you.
Thank you. Anyone else? You want to state your name, please? No. I thought you raised your hand. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion made second, all in favor?
Aye.
Sure.
What's I heard Meg.
Minor.
Good answer.